Naja goes to the dragon and tries to calm it down and tells it that it's okay. I know you want me. Let's go back to the grotto together. You don't have to be alone anymore. It's a very gentle moment between a dragon and a boy. It makes sense why Naja is so strong, and it's possible because he has a different connection with this thing than Rin has with the Phoenix. And it makes so much sense when comparing their personalities. Naja, who has a more gentle personality, versus Rin, who has this more fiery personality. The storm and waves all calm down, which is thanks to Naja, who was able to stop any more casualties from happening. The moment is gone when the dirigibles come in and Naja becomes kind of frozen since he knows what's going to happen next. Rin is ready to attack the dirigibles, but she gets struck with this lightning, which causes her to stop having contact with her phoenix. She feels like she's back at the stone mountain, which causes her to be scared. She doesn't have the connection to the phoenix nor with Kittai. But it passes and the phoenix is there again, almost protectively around her. When she sees Naja, his arms are spread out, possibly trying to stop them from what they are trying to do. But they don't listen and they shock him as well, using the golden cuffs that they saw around his wrist when they had their last battle. Now they understand what they do. For I feel bad for Naja, who is groaning in pain, and the dragon as well. They finally found a way to tame the gods. When things start to get back to normal, Rin is realizing that Naja tried to save her. Instead of aiming at the dragon like her phoenix wants her to, she aims it at the dirigible. Maybe this is his atonement for stabbing her in the back by going through the pain of the experiments. I don't blame Rin for turning away from Naja's pain. She needs to take care of her people. This is what I wanted her to do in book 2. Instead of focusing on Naja, she needed to consider all the people who were looking at her to lead. I'm glad that she's doing that now. She sees Pipaji, who is barely alive, and instantly goes to her. When she and Pipaji are stumbling along, Naja is behind her and he is very weakened. She sees the golden bracelets and takes a good look at him, which she hasn't done in a while. She puts it together that the cuffs are what brought the lightning down, and this is what they were experimenting on. Naja asks if the girl is okay, and she doesn't really know how to respond, but she tells him that she'll try. There are so many unspoken things between them at this moment, and Naja tells her that he never wanted any of this, which I believe him, of course. Rin tells him that she should have just gotten rid of her, and Naja tells her that he never wanted that. There is so much volume here. I still take this as friendship, and if you want to take it as a romantic gesture, you can, but it doesn't feel like that because there was never any romance between them. I only saw friendship, and that's as far as they got, or as far as they were allowed. And you can say this to a friend. Naja doesn't have many friends, nor any friends, so Rin is a valued person in his life. Rin asks why, as in, why did you betray me? That's what I'm guessing. And Naja tells her duty. It's something you don't understand. This tells me all I need to know. It's perfect. I have a family. Do you honestly think I would throw away all of that for a single person? Rin has no family. Naja has a family that has a legacy and has a duty. Was Rin mad that he did not choose her? And is the fandom mad that Naja didn't choose her? I don't blame him for choosing his family. His family's name, he chose his family's name instead of Rin. So it makes me wonder if people still blame Naja for Rin's downfall. In book 2. When Rin told him to do his job, that is exactly what he has been doing. It's not a pretty job, but it's the tough choices that they have to make when they are in a powerful position. That's been said throughout the whole book. That has been said over and over again. Will Rin ever understand duty like this? Why did he choose that over her? Who knows if she'll ever understand. But I'm very happy that they finally have this conversation of why all of this had to happen between them. In the end, she could have easily gotten rid of him at this moment, but she can't muster enough anger to bring herself to do anything. His God has left him for now, and her imaginary friend tells her, how many chances are you going to throw away? And Rin tells him one more. Between the two of them, Rin understands now that none of the answers to her questions matter anymore. There is too much expansion between them to ever have things fixed. She turns her back to him, and they both go their own ways. Pipaji is not doing so well. Her ending is near, and she is flickering between God and herself. It's a realization that you don't have to be connected to your God for so long before it can take you over. Pipaji is teetering between the God taking over, which means that she will always be in this cruel state of never being herself and never having an end. Rin knows that she doesn't want that for her. It's such a sad fate, and you think you know what you're signing up for, but in the end, it's still very scary. Pipaji is there with Rin, and Leah is there trying to heal her, but her sister interrupts, crying for Pipaji. But her sister calling her really helps Pipaji come back to life, even if it's only for a moment. Unfortunately, Pipaji hears the voices and can't concentrate that long, and tells Leah to grab her sister and pull her away, since Pipaji is on the verge of losing it. Pipaji cannot fight anymore and asks Rin to end it. Rin understands that the psych all have their endings this way, and taking her out here is a mercy, and she does it by her own hands and not at the hands of her enemies. Pipaji cannot fight anymore and asks Rin to end it. Rin understands that the psych all have their endings this way, and taking her out is a mercy. Here, she is the psych leader and takes out Pipaji. Rin enters the city of Arlong in a daze, but finds out that people are leaving armed forces, families, and her people are letting her know that this is a victory and that she has won. But it doesn't feel like a victory. It feels like she is the victor by default and doesn't like it. She didn't do anything to fight in Arlong. She spent all her time in the grotto. In reality, it was Naja who had the upper hand, and it was him that saved her. If anything, he is the victor since he let her go. So I can see why she doesn't feel like the victor. Rin discusses matters with Kitai and summarizes what she thinks about this whole victory. Kitai is patient and tells her how the people see it. She defeated the dragon thing from destroying the city. You banished it and won the city. He also tells her that they have more pressing matters. She tells her that you pretty much won half the empire and you have to keep pushing. Rin is tired and will be able to do the important things another day. Rin wants to bury Pipaji, and she's heading to the gravesite that is meant for children, I think. She also has a talk with her imaginary friend, and they are having a discussion about why he pushed Rin so hard, why he abused her, and that's because she was a weapon for him to use, and she needed to work, especially during wartime. She understands that now, since Rin had to do the same thing with Pipaji, Dulin, and Leah, the tough decisions that someone has to make. Her imaginary friend tells her that it doesn't mean that you can't love your weapons. This whole thing tells me that Alton saw the psych as weapons and not the people that they were. He couldn't see them as people because that would create attachment that he didn't want or just couldn't feel. Knowing Alton's backstory and how he was taken at such a young age, I still believe that he can't love anything. So loving his weapons does make sense to me. I don't like Rin agreeing or understanding Alton's way of thinking because I don't want her to agree with the abuse she was enduring physically and verbally. It's not right, and I do think there should be some acknowledgement there. When she tries to find Dulin, she can't find him. It's so ridiculous and sad because he was buried alive, unable to breathe, and now he might have possibly drowned, unable to breathe. So his fate stayed the same, but just in different environments. Rin and Kittai are sitting for the vigil of their fallen people. Rin doesn't want to because she's tired, but does what Kittai wants. While there, Naja appears and he's tired. He just wants to drink. A reprised moment, just the three of them for now. They are old friends who loved each other once before. Rin thinks about the trifecta loving each other at one point before they hated each other to turning on each other. Rin thinks about Dulin and Pipaji, and she would tell them, you did well, good job, because they did do their job. She thinks about Baji and Suni, and she would tell them sorry. I honestly needed to hear her say that. The previous ones, and her now unalive ones, had her back. They looked at her as the leader, and she failed the first time, but I don't think she failed the second time. I'm glad she said she was sorry. They are holding hands, and I can't help it. They are children. They are so young, and they have lived through so much. Naja does break their silent agreement by saying it could have been different. So I'm guessing that Naja has spent a lot of time thinking about how things could have been if maybe he was more truthful, maybe if he could have convinced them that this new world had space for them. Kittai takes his comment as a warning, and Rin starts to get defensive since he's breaking the moment. There are so many things that could have been different, but it's hard because Rin would never stop being the Phoenix. Kittai will always choose Rin, and Naja can't leave his family behind. They are all in too deep to stop. Rin goes inside the main house where Naja lives. She sees a tapestry of his family, like a family photo, and he has a big family. We do know that Naja is the sole survivor and that the rest perish within the year. Rin has this extreme reaction of the Ying family, especially Naja. She wants him gone so the Ying family will no longer exist. I'm still thinking about love being two sides of the same coin. She hates him, but she still loves him. But of course, I'm thinking about how the Ying family treated her, and not good. Rin and Kittai give rules and tell them, go ahead and plunder, stay away from the more impoverished areas, and take the Asperian stuff first. I like these rules. I think they are fair considering the circumstances. Rin goes on to tell us what happened to the Yin family, where Visor was found among the burnt things around him. We know what happened to Naja's dumpling older brother, and we learned that Naja's mother and sister were having some trouble with their reputation because they were partnering up with the Asperians to sell goods, and that made them extremely rich. But the citizens did not like that they were profiting off of them. So she had a really bad reputation among her people. So much that they were asking for her demise. But of course, Naja couldn't do that. So he took them out of an official seat, which was not enough for the people, which made them turn against Naja for not giving them a harsher punishment. They do find Naja's mother's body, which we learn that she jumped once she saw the Southern Army. So that's the end of her. It's sad to think that your family is gone within the year, all because of choices that were made from your father and because of greed. And maybe that's why Naja was beating the lights out of Rin when they first met again. So many things were hanging on a thread, and Rin was not making it easy on his family. And I do believe that Rin has every right to defend herself. It was just a choice whether or not she would become a sacrifice for her people or for the Yin family's sake. While they are traveling along the house, they see a lot of trophies and plaques. She talks about the great emperor and how he was this great force, united a lot of things, created architectural buildings that had so much influence. Even as a child, you know who he is. So to see the aftermath of everything, he will most likely disappear in history. Not everything is told, and not everything is told correctly. Fate changes. You might have done so much good, but you're only going to be remembered for this certain thing only. Rin also mentions how his family line pretty much disappeared as well because of family fighting, and she thinks that he should have married Tirza only so they could have ruled the world. And I hate when she brings up the spearliness because she went on this whole journey about getting the trifecta and not caring what they did to her people. She is still a disgraceful Spearly. And I also don't like how she thinks the Spearly people are superior to others. It shows how cocky Rin and Alton were. No race is superior than the other. Kittai calls her and tells her that she has a plaque, and it's the twin sword that she lost. It's there and it's a little dusty, and it says, Rin, I would be pissed that they took my sword as a trophy. There's also some honor where, look, I'm important enough to be on this wall with all these other people. But there's nothing else, nothing about her accomplishments. I have a theory that maybe Nasha told his father to have her name there because he's always fighting for Rin, and he gives her credit where credit is due. Rin finds Petra, and she's yapping away about how superior she is and how superior her country is. Sounds like Rin, and how the great company is everywhere. She also tells Rin that the prototype that is inside her office is nothing compared to what her company has now and will be improving on. Rin doesn't care, and she has an idea and straps Petra to the table like she once was strapped to the table and tells her, you know what? I'm going to take you to the Pantheon. The Phoenix takes them there with all 68 other gods who are watching her because she obviously is a non-believer. This is the last time we ever see Petra. And when they go back to their world, she is a drooling mess. Petra is petrified. This is honestly the best revenge. Rin, Kittai, and Venka start helping with all the problems you inherit after winning a war. It's a lot for them. Once one is solved, another pops up, and it's not about Arlong, it's about the whole country now. Rin doesn't want to be called anything else other than general. All of this is what you have to deal with after gaining more power. But I'm glad she has Kittai and Venka to help. And she also has Naja's notes that he left behind for them. There is some great advice. Rin is a little wary on why he left these things behind, but Kittai tells her that maybe he just wanted to help her out, which I agree with. But also, he cared about what happens to his home and the people living there. Rin doesn't want to think about him as a noble person. She never wants to think about his goodwill. Since the beginning, especially now since they are enemies. I'm glad to see Naja this way, since to me it just proved that he is a good guy who is stuck in this situation. Rin has been getting letters by Naja about her day to day and how he knows things that only very few people know. Kitai is trying to find some reason, but Rin is very stressed and thinks that he is out to get her. Rin, Kitai, and Venka have a drunk night and talk about the things they want to do. And when I see them enjoying themselves, it brings me comfort. But of course, I do want Nasha included. Rin talks about having no child brides until a certain age. Kitai wants a school and wants it to be down south, which is so cute because Rin lives in the south. And this could be a way for him to have the south become more educated. And Venka, of course, wants to punish anyone who SAs another person, and they should be punished by cutting off certain parts. I love their genuine conversation, and I love their modern thinking. Everything they want is great, and they have all lived through this. And so there's so much passion and experience. Sadly, the morning comes and they have to face one of the most important problems, which is food. Everyone is starving and rebellions are happening throughout because people are hungry. If you listen to history and war, famine is truly one of the things that ended so many lives. So they are going to need to fix this problem.